here's a pet peeve of mine. If you're going to invite someone to a meeting, make sure you ask yourself before you invite them, what's the value that they're going to get out of this meeting? Now, when you think about all of the meetings that you get invited to, think about how much your calendar gets filled up with meetings. And if you're like most people, you probably said at some point you wondered, why am I even in this meeting? Why did they invite me? And I would ask that question a lot with some of the meetings that I was in. I was like, man, what's really the point of me being in this meeting? And one of the things that I got a little bolder about before, I left my corporate career was I would just ask the person who organized the meeting is like, hey, what's the reason or what are you expecting from me for this meeting? And a lot of times what I started realizing is some of the people were saying, oh, it's just for an FYI. And I would politely ask, I was like, hey, I have a couple other things I need to take care of. Can you just send me an email afterwards or a Slack or send me a text if there's something that comes up in the meeting that is directly related to me? Because I'm trying to take care of a couple other things. I'm not sure if I can make it. Because I didn't want to be rude and just say, hey, you know what? If it's just FYI, don't invite me. But I did want to be respectful because there may be something that comes up. So one of the things that I always advise people, if you're going to invite someone to a meeting, make sure you can answer the question yourself is, what value are they going to get out of the meeting? And if you can, I guess you would say if you want to go a step further, is let them know up front, hey, this is what I need from you in the meeting. That way they go in knowing what to focus on and what to expect, as opposed to just showing up like, man, I could be using my time doing something else, or, hey, I don't even know why I'm in this meeting. Because if you realize that what we're going through now with the work from home in many places, there's probably no direct end in sight of when the work from home will end. People are trying to balance a lot, so they don't have the time, the energy, or the interest to sit in meetings that don't really apply to them. So I would say, if you're going to invite someone to a meeting, be more respectful of their time, their energy, their patience, and just, be more respectful of them as a person, and just make sure there's some value in it, or there is a purpose for inviting them to the meeting. And if your purpose is just for an FYI, maybe you should just send them an email afterwards, or send an email to all the optional people on the list to let them know, hey, this is what we talked on in the meeting, just so you know, FYI, as opposed to eating up an entire hour of their day that they can never get back, or that they could have been using to do something else. Be respectful of other people's time.